In this video, I am going to talk about the fundamentals of vector calculus, which you will need in the study of the Maxwell's equations. So you know that there are two types of quantities, vector and scalar. A scalar is a quantity which has only magnitude but no direction. A quantity which has both magnitude and direction is called as a vector. Now let us briefly discuss some of the fundamentals of that vector. How is a vector represented in mathematics? So you see a vector A bar is written like this: ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. So here this is called as the Cartesian coordinate representation of a vector. Ax, ay, az are the components of the vector A bar along the three axes, that is x axis, y axis and z axis. I cap, j cap and k cap are called as the unit vectors along x axis, y axis and z axis respectively. So using that, now we can represent the vector like this. Now what is the magnitude of the vector or the length of the vector? It is denoted as mod A bar. It's equal to square root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. So this is the magnitude of the vector A bar. Now we can define one more thing, that is unit vector along the given vector A bar, and that unit vector we can denote it as A cap, and it is given by A bar divided by the magnitude of the vector, that is mod A bar. So this is the unit vector represented by A cap. Now let us see some of the operations which are performed in the vectors using the vectors. Addition of two vectors. So if we have two vectors, how are the two vectors added? It is not similar to how the scalars are added. We have to apply the law of addition of vectors, which is either the law of triangle of addition of vectors or the parallelogram law of addition of vectors in the geometrical method. In the algebraic method, how do you do it? So let us consider another vector, say B bar, given by bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. The first vector is A bar. Now you have to add these two vectors, let's say. Then A bar plus B bar is simply given by the sum of the x-axis component. We have to take first ax plus bx multiplied by the unit vector I cap plus sum of the y-axis component, that is ay plus by multiplied by the unit vector j cap plus sum of the z-axis component az plus bz multiplied by the unit vector k cap. So this is the addition of two vectors A bar and B bar. So here the sum of the two vectors is again a vector. You can see that there is the presence of the unit vectors, means this is again a vector. Now let's come to scalar multiplication of a vector. So let's say we have a vector A bar and we are multiplying that by a scalar, say k. So k into A bar. So it's simply given by kax I cap plus kay j cap plus kaz k cap. So what we are doing here is simply multiplying each of the component of the vector A bar by k. So that is called as the scalar multiplication. Again you see the result here is a vector. Now let us see another operation that is done using the vectors, that is called the dot product or scalar product. So let's consider two vectors A bar and B bar like here shown. So I have two vectors A bar and B bar, and there is a certain angle between the two vectors, let's say theta. Then the dot product is denoted as A bar dot B bar, and it is defined as mod A bar, that is the magnitude of the vector A bar, multiplied by mod B bar, magnitude of the vector B bar, multiplied by cos of the angle theta. So this is defined as the dot product A bar dot B bar. So what is the result of this? We can see that this is a scalar. So that's why the dot product is also called as a scalar product. Algebraically, or using the Cartesian coordinate representation, also you can write that is A bar dot B bar can be written as AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. So what we do here, so I have the two vectors, A bar represented like this and B bar represented like this. So A bar dot B bar is simply take the x-axis component AX multiply with the x-axis component of B bar BX. So AX BX plus multiply the y-axis component AY with BY plus AZ into BZ. So that is the dot product A bar dot B bar. So again you see here this is just a number or a scalar. We can note here that A bar dot B bar is same as B bar dot A bar. That means there is a the dot product is commutative in nature. Now let us see one more type, that is cross product, or also called vector product. Again let us take two vectors A bar and B bar. The cross product is written as A bar cross B bar and it is given by the determinant here. In the determinant we take the first row as the unit vectors I cap, j cap, k cap. Second row is made up of the components of the first vector A bar, that is AX, AY, AZ. The third row is made up of the components of the second vector B bar, that is BX, BY, BZ. You have to expand this here, then you get a vector, and that is the cross product of A bar and B bar. So we see here the result of cross product of two vectors is again a vector. So that's why it is called as the vector product. Now how do you represent this geometrically? So you can write it like A bar magnitude of A bar mod A bar multiplied by mod B bar magnitude of B bar into sine theta. That is, you have to take the two vectors A bar and B bar and the angle theta between them, so sine of that angle theta multiplied by a unit vector n cap. Now what is this unit vector n cap? So that is here obtained by the right hand screw rule. So you have to take a screw and turn it from the direction A bar to B bar, because we are doing here A bar cross B bar. So turn the screw from A bar to B bar. The direction in which the screw moves, that direction will be the direction of the unit vector n cap. So the resultant of the two vectors cross product, that is A bar cross B bar, will be now pointing in this direction. So let us take, if I take the two vectors like this, A bar and B bar like this. Again if I do A bar cross B bar, now the right hand screw rule, if you apply, the screw has to be moved from the direction from the vector A bar to B bar, then the screw would move in the downward direction. So the unit vector will also be pointing in the downward direction, or the result of the cross product will be pointing in the downward direction. So we can see therefore here that A bar cross B bar is equal to negative of B bar cross A bar. That means it is not commutative in nature.